Lots of sunshine across the board from Charlotte Motor Speedway. You can see the live picture here from the Speedway. Now we know this is up a little bit, but notice the camera is still shaking a little bit. We still have had that light breeze in effect for a lot of the day. Wind gusts highest around 25 miles per hour across the Charlotte metro area for most spots. But you look up toward Hickory and Morganton, they've gotten close to upper 30s, lower 40s. And in the mountains, 50 miles per hour plus for both Boone and Jefferson. But same thing at higher elevations. There were a few spots there on Grandfather Mountain recording in the 90s, close to 100 earlier today. This is pretty common when the winds, of course, gusts around Boone and Jefferson for them to be higher there, but very intense wind earlier today at Grandfather Mountain. Of course, yesterday it was snowing. That is not the case for those areas in Ashwaubenon and Avery County for this evening. Now, the breeze made it feel even nicer. We reached the mid-70s, that light breeze, that sunshine. The breeze will start to go down over the next few hours, that is, and you can see a northwesterly wind eventually becoming west. If I step off here, that is going to be very imperative to the forecast tomorrow, so keep that in mind. Again, 70s now. We're going to get down into the mid-50s at midnight, and really it's not going to feel too bad. 47 tomorrow morning, pretty mild overall. Now, the reason why we were so mild today, high pressure overhead reducing our ability to see any kind of storm activity and even clouds too, as we've seen a lot of bright sunshine across the area today with that high pressure overhead. But as it shifts a little bit more so closer to us tomorrow, those winds will shift too. They'll come out of the south and west. And a southwesterly wind here in the Carolinas is what we call the blowtorch here in the Charlotte area. This allows for substantial warmth above average. In fact, we're normally around 73 this time of year. Tomorrow, we're talking 84 degrees, likely tying the warmest day of the year so far. And again, if we don't do it tomorrow, we are definitely going to do it Monday and Tuesday, as we're talking upper 80s, close to 90 degrees both days, before we will teeter-totter back and forth a little bit throughout the week, and then finally be a little bit closer to normal by next weekend. But if you're like Nick and you love warmth, the next few days are for you before we eventually do bring in that opportunity for rain. Now, along with dry air and higher temperatures comes higher pollen levels across the area. In fact, you can see tomorrow we're talking 11 plus, which is very close to that peak around 12, and we're going to stay that way with Monday and Tuesday. Now, eventually by Tuesday, we do see a few additional clouds start to build in and ahead of our next front and our next chance for rain. While it's not an incredibly significant opportunity for rain, this is going to have at least some small impact there to our pollen levels. So as we check out your Guy Roofing 7-day forecast, you'll actually see that tomorrow, 84 breezy at times, mostly sunny. We're feeling hot. I think that anything above 85 this time of year could be considered hot. So both Monday and Tuesday, those levels are pretty high. On Tuesday, of course, the nights are back at home, so that will be a very toasty game. But some clouds will build in overnight ahead of our next chance to see rain on Wednesday. That quickly clears out. We have another chance to see rain on Friday. And then, Nick, we're back in the lower 70s by next weekend. So while not as warm as 88, it will still be very seasonable for this time of year. And it does look like we'll stay dry for most of Saturday and Sunday next weekend.
Yeah, Monday is my Saturday, so I am ready to break out the shorts, Brittany.
I would bet my paycheck that you'll be at the pool. How about that?
Yes. All right. Thanks, Brittany. Well, this time of year, we know it can be 80 degrees one day and 50 the next. That's why you'll want to download the free WCNC Charlotte mobile app. You can find an hourly breakdown so you know what to expect before you leave the house.